Welcome to my channel Engineers Academy. Kindly subscribe my channel if you haven't subscribed my channel. Now let's solve this problem. In this problem we are required to find the stiffness of this given spring, right? So it is said that if the spring DB has an unstretched length of 2 meters, so let's say that the unstretched length of the spring is L0. This is the original length, which is 2 meters, right? And it is said that determine the stiffness of the spring. So this key is required to be determined, right, to hold the 40 kg crate, right? So the mass of this crate is given, right? So as we can see that there will be spring force which will be acting in this direction, right? Let's say that this is the spring force Fs, and there will be a tension in this cable, right? And that tension will be acting in this direction. Let's say this is T, and the weight of the crate will be acting downward, right? So this will be the weight of the crate, and this will be mg, right? So this will be 40 into 9.81. So this is 392.4 newtons. Now if I draw two triangles, right, so we are given these dimensions, right? So one, we have this triangle, and then we have we can draw this triangle as well, right? So let's say that this angle is theta, and let's say that this angle is alpha, right? So we can find this theta by using this triangle, right? So we are given this length is 2 meters and this length is 2 meters, right? So if we apply tan theta, so tan theta 2 divided by 2, since both of these sides are equal, so this means that this angle is 45 degrees, right? And similarly we can find this tan alpha by using this triangle, right? This triangle. So if we write that, first let me find the hypotenuse of this triangle, which will be the stretched length of this spring, right? So let's say that L stretch is equal to, so we can find this L stretch by using the Pythagoras theorem to this triangle, right? So this will be Ls square, and this length is 3 and this length is 2, right? So this will be 3 square plus 2 square, and if we take the square root, so then we will get the stretch length of the spring, and this stretch length is equal to square root 13, right? So this is the stretch length. Now we can find the spring force. So the spring force will be equal to K times the change in length. So this will be stretch length minus the original length, right? So this will be the change in length, right? So this will be K is unknown, so K, and this will be square root 13 minus 2. So we can write that Fs equals to 1.61 K, right? So this is that spring force in terms of the stiffness K, right? So now we know that the hypotenuse of this triangle is 13, right? So let me draw that triangle here, right? So we have this triangle, this length is 2, this is 3, and this is square root 13, right? Now if we apply the summation of forces along x equals to 0, so then we have to resolve these two forces into its components, right? So the spring force will have one component, this force will have one component in this direction, right? This will be the cos component, and there will be one another component which will be acting in this direction, right? Similarly, that tension T will have two components. It will have one component in this direction, and similarly it will have one component which will be acting vertically upward, right? And this angle is 45 degrees, right? So this angle is 45 degrees. Now if we apply the summation of forces along x equals to 0, so as we can see that this is the cos component, right? This is Fs cos of theta, which is acting in the positive x direction if this is our positive x and positive y direction. So we will write Fs cos of alpha, and in this triangle we can see that this is alpha, right? So from this triangle we can say that cos of alpha is base divided by hypotenuse. So we can write that this is 3 divided by square root 13, and we can represent this Fs in terms of K, right? So we will write that this is 1.61 K. And similarly, this is the cos component of this T. We can write that this is T cos of 45 degrees. So we will subtract it. So this is minus T cos of 45 degrees, and this will be equal to 0, right? And similarly, if we apply the summation of forces along y equals to 0, so as we can see that this is the sine component of this Fs, so this is Fs sine of alpha, so Fs is 1.61 k, and from this triangle sine of alpha is perpendicular divided by hypotenuse, right? So we will write that this is 2 divided by square root 13, right? And similarly, this is the sine component of this t, right? So we will write that this is plus, this is acting in the positive y, so we will write plus, this is t, and sine of 45 degrees, and the weight is acting in the negative y direction, so we will write minus, and that is 392.4, and this will be equal to 0. Now from this, let's say this is our equation 1 and this is equation 2. So from this equation 1 we can say that this t cos of 45 equals to this thing. If we bring this to the other side of the equation, so this will be equal to this, right? And from this we can say that t equals to 1.61 k 3 divided by square root 13 divided by cos of 45 degrees. When we simplify this, so then this t is equal to 1.894 k, right? So we have this tension t in terms of k, right? So now we will substitute this in this equation number 2, and if we simplify this, when we simplify this term, so this is 0.893 k, and this will be plus, and instead of t we will substitute this, right? So we will have 1.894 sine of 45 degrees k, and this will be equal to 392.4, right? And now we will simplify this, so we will get this in terms of k. So now when we simplify this, so we get this equation. Now we can take k as common, right? So this will be 0.893 plus 1.339, and this will be 392.4, and from this k will be equal to 392.4 divided by 0.893 plus 1.339. So from this k equals to 175.8 Newton per meter, or we can say that this is approximately 176 Newton per meter.